This video is about Thailand and anyone really that goes to these lesser developed countries for the purpose of easier access to women. And I mentioned Thailand because Thailand is the big one. I'm in my favorite place now to sit down and relax and share some thoughts with you. I've been meaning to make this video a while, and I hear stories, and just sometimes I want to reach into the computer, reach into the screen, and tell these guys, listen, man, everybody knows why you're here. You might as well be honest and earn yourself some respect. I'm sure you've seen these, and this video is really directed towards men, or anyone is welcome to listen. I'm sure you've seen these stories of these men that, not necessarily passport boys, but these are passport boys, something pretty much new. These are new idiots who've discovered that, you can go to other countries and get things, in this case, livestock and women for cheaper prices. But people have been going to other countries to get things that they cannot get at home, or they can get it at much lower prices and with much more ease and with much less judgment in other countries. This is nothing new at all. This falls right under the category of trade. Hey, you buy something from one country and you go sell it somewhere else where it's in demand and people are willing to pay more for it and whatever. But my point for making this video is really one thing. These people that come online and they're being interviewed by people like them, nobody important interviews them. It's usually another, YouTube jockey or a social media jockey interviewing another. So tell us, why did you sell your home, and why did you decide to retire and come to Thailand? If you're familiar with Thailand, I'm mentioning again Thailand because that's the big one. That's the big destination, and for a very good reason. Basically access to cheap, desperate, working women. But they say, tell us why did you sell your house and quit your job and did this and did that and decided to throw caution to the wind and come to Thailand. And these people sit there with complete 100% shamelessness. They say, well, I really enjoy the beach, and I really enjoy the food prices. The street food is fabulous. The street food is so cheap. You can eat for 90 cents here. Never mind the violent food poisoning and everything. And well, the people are so nice and friendly here. And I can just rent a little motorbike and go wherever I want. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful. They mention every reason under the sun except the real one, except the first 30 reasons that they went there. Everybody knows why you're there. Today I saw a guy was 60. By his own admission, he was 67 years old, and another guy who's just like him, another YouTuber, was asking him, why are you in Thailand? He goes, well, I like the easygoing, slow pace of life. And I like the groceries that are cheaper here, and my rent is cheaper here. And I can name you myself about 30 countries in Africa where the rents are much cheaper. Or, if you don't want to go Africa, I can name you a couple of other countries, like Indonesia and Malaysia, Muslim countries where access to what you went there for is much more difficult. You have to really dig much deeper. It's available, but much less readily. Why didn't you go there? My point is, listen, people would respect you more if you came out and say, well, I came here because I can have desperate, easy women by raising my finger because they are dirt poor, they're hungry for their next meal, and they don't care if I'm a 80-year-old guy limping with 2 arms missing. As long as I have money, they'll come with me, and they call me handsome, and they do whatever I want, and I can have a different one every day. And they wait on me hand and foot, basically because they are in abject poverty. That is the reason that I'm here. That is the first reason that I'm here. And the fact that rents are cheaper, groceries are cheaper, and in here I'm considered a upper middle class or wealthy man, whereas in my own country nobody would even give me the time of day in terms of my financial status. People would respect you more. Listen, they already know why you're there. Anyone with a double digit IQ even knows why you're there. Why not admit it? Why not be honest? We all know you are there. If someone had the courage, even one of these other YouTubers, and say, well, tell us, Mr. 67-year-old, that you likes the lower grocery prices and the wonderful people. If there were no women here, if the access to these women was impossible, like they are in in lesser possible countries like Malaysia, Muslim countries and whatever, would you still choose Thailand because of the wonderful beaches and the nice friendly people and the low rents? They wouldn't go anywhere near that country. So might as well be honest. Come on, people already know why you're there. People already know everything about it. This is not the old days, where you have to go, to the library and look up the encyclopedia and find out the truth, maybe based on who's speaking. This is the age of internet and where every lowlife can get a $20 phone and for a zero for free, record a video and put it up online and say whatever they want. You might as well be honest. You might as well be honest. I was one time in Paris, France. It was more than 30 years ago, and I was there's a street there near the you don't know if you know Paris, near Palais de Congrès. It's called Rue Ternay, and at night you see a lot of sexy women walking down the street, and they're available. They're working girls, and I was on foot. And I saw one particular one that I really liked. And, I was 29 years old or something. And I got into a taxi and it was, 6, 7 o'clock at night. And I told the taxi driver, can you just drive slowly along this, side of the road? I'm looking for a particular shop. So after about 3, 4 blocks, the taxi driver turned around to me, said in French, are you looking for a shop or are you looking for a shop? Meaning he knew exactly what I was looking for. And I felt really embarrassed. And I said, yeah, okay, I saw this woman in a red dress. I'm hoping to find her again. And now, hey, I could be excused. I was a little young, stupid kid. But these guys are grandfathers, and they're willing to mention everything except the real reason why they're there. I've heard everything. I swear to God, I've heard, well, the banking interest rates are better. The sidewalks are really wider here. I like them better. And, I really like one guy, I swear to God, he said, I like the architecture here. Come on, man, for the life of God, please. If you don't respect others, at least respect yourself. Be honest. And, this advice should be also practiced in real life. People will eventually find out your true intention and they will respect you far more and you will get to where you want to go far more and you will be regarded much more highly if you are honest about your intention. And this also goes with women. Imagine approaching a woman in a bar or something and say, listen, I find you attractive. And I would like to buy you a drink, but my real intention is to see if there's any chance of, something more serious or intimate with you. She would be shocked at your, honesty, and she would be impressed before she's shocked. As opposed to someone who say, no, I'm just really want to have a conversation here, but I'm willing to buy you a drink because I really am looking for someone to talk to, about the current interest rates and the geopolitical situation in the Middle East. Come on, man. Come on. For the life of God. Please, have some respect for yourself. All the best.